Hello everyone, welcome back to the session. Here we are going to discuss about geography questions. Every time when we used to teach geography, I used to say one statement like it is acting as a heart for everything for UPSC preliminary examination, and as usually I will never divide geography, environment and agriculture as such. I will every time make interrelation of every subject of geography, environment and agriculture. So if you see the core geography, 7 questions have come, and if you see agriculture, 4 questions have come, and rest environment approximately 19-20 questions have come. So overall, the 1/3 of the paper is completely designed on the basis of geography, environment and agriculture. Yes, rest of the subjects are also very important, but let's see what are the major questions which appeared in today's CSC paper and what are the expected keys for it. Clear? See, UPSC is Unpredictable Service Commission, as you know, so there might not be 100% judgment, but we are trying our luck. We are trying our team is trying very best to give the right solutions. The approach of thinking of UPSC might be different sometimes, but 90% it would be overlapping. Done. So we are coming up with the key and the questions which are expected. So let's see what are the questions which we had in this particular geography paper. When we used to discuss about the climatic regions, many a times we have discussed, clear, like savanna vegetation, the tropical grassland, directly question has come from this. So generally, whenever we see the savanna vegetation, simply savanna is nothing but the thing which we have seen since our childhood in National Geographic Channel. That is what savanna is, where the tiger hunts, lion hunts, zebra falls, elephant walks, giraffe walks. So all the grasslands, open grasslands are nothing but savanna grasslands, tropical grasslands which are present. So if you see those particular contexts, we would be having random scattered distribution of trees. Why? Because there would be undergrowth because of non-germination of seeds. So in those regions, the question was asked on savanna, not a direct question. The question was like, the vegetation of savanna consists of grassland with scattered small trees that everyone know, but extensive areas have no trees at all, scatteredly distribution of trees. The forest development in such areas is generally kept in check. So in those regions, the tree ecosystem is also very, very effective and it is also important. So there would be some checks and balances to maintain the development of trees. And what are the major checks which would be taken under consideration? So those conditions which would be checking is, the first one is this particular grazing herbivores in that particular region, which is one of the major important aspects which everyone can manage and which everyone can think. So according to the estimation, the soil properties would be checked. This is 100% true, 5 is true, 3 is true, unless and until, see, there is no necessity that you will know every option which is present. You will know the third option which is present over here. Clear? You will know the fifth option. So 3 and 5 combination, if you can pick out the 3 and 5 combination, then automatically 1, 3, 5 becomes the right option for this question. So for this particular question in geography, 1, 3 and 5. Clear? Seasonal rainfall is not a check which can be kept. So 1, 3, 5 accordingly should be the right answer for this particular analytical question which has been asked from this particular physical geography. So this is this particular question. Let's move to the next question. This is direct question from NCERT. Everyone who read NCERT, whenever they read NCERT, they will be reading a tabular column of water. How much glacier percentage, how much underground water, how much river, how much lake which we have. So with reference to the water on the planet Earth, consider the following statement. So options are like, the amount of water in the rivers and lakes is more than that of amount of groundwater. Groundwater estimates approximately like 30%. And river water and lake water approximately has the percentage somewhere 20.5 to 20.9. So obviously groundwater is more, not the combination of river and lake water or more. So option 1 is false. So option 1 is false. Coming to the second option, The amount of water in polar ice caps and glaciers is more than the amount of groundwater. Yes, absolutely. Amount of water present in the polar ice caps and glaciers, they are absolutely high percentage when compared to that of groundwater. So for this particular question, only 2 becomes the option. Only 2. Only 2. Direct question from NCERT. Direct question from NCERT. Okay. So moving to the next question in this regard. The black cotton soil of India has been formed due to weathering of. This is an open trap made by UPSC. Open trap. Open trap. See, no fool will be keeping this particular option A, brown forest soil. Clear? If anyone is picking this particular option, then he would be the biggest fool on this planet. So option A, D, you eliminate it directly. By elimination method, we would be left out with 2 particular options. And in general, granite rocks, generally the black soils which are present, they are formed from the disintegration of volcanic rocks, igneous rocks, volcanic rocks. So in that, yes, granite would be coming into picture, but schist, which is present, that is a metamorphic rock. So absolutely, granite is present. Everyone, whenever seeing this particular question, what everyone would be doing is, yes, granite is there. We should pick the right option, C. Here, because of over anxiety in the examination that we know the option, everyone, if you want, you can check after coming from examination, everyone might have picked this option, but exactly fissure volcanic rock, clear, from that particular fissure eruption, option B would be the right answer for this particular question. Clear? So through schist, we don't have the presence of black cotton soil which would be made. So this is what the particular aspect is, right? And here there is a biggest conflict now. Some books say Chenab, some books say Sutlej, Pakistan says Chenab, India says Sutlej. And now what we should say? The right answer is Sutlej. Indus River originates from Mansarovar Lake, near to Mansarovar Lake, Kailash range. It flows northwestern direction, adding the tributaries like Jaskar tributary, Gilgit tributary, and Shyok as a tributary. And once it enters into Pakistan, the left bank tributaries which are present, I have said it 2000 times while I was repeating Indus River system. I have said this 100%, this question is going to come, and I have made you draw all these particular aspects, whereby I have said that first Jhelum River originates from Verinag in Srinagar, moves into Uller Lake, then directly dumps into Chenab River near to the Trimu location. So Chenab River, Jhelum merges with Chenab. Jhelum is not going to merge with Indus. And Chenab, before moving further into the Pakistan, it merges the water from the Ravi River. Ravi River originates from Rohtang Pass and it joins the Chenab River near Rangpur region of Pakistan. So finally, these 3 waters bypassing in the route, they merge with Sutlej, and finally after merging with Sutlej, it would be called as Panjnath. And finally Sutlej River goes and merges with Indus River near the Mithankot location, just above the Karachi, before making a deltaic region over there. So the absolute answer is Sutlej. Sutlej River debouches itself into the Indus waters after making the merging of all these tributaries. So Sutlej is the right option for this particular question. With reference to India, Didwana, Kuchaman, Sargol, Khatu are the names of glaciers, mangrove areas, Ramsar sites, saline lakes. So if you go, you have various saline lakes in Rajasthan region. Rajasthan region is known for huge amount of saline lakes. So those saline lakes, we have Sambar Lake. Everyone remembers about Sambar Lake. But apart from Sambar Lake, we also have many other lakes like Didwana, Kuchaman, Sargol and Khatu, which are the saline lakes of that particular region. These particular terms, actually they were in news. In the Hindu newspaper, you can just type these keywords and type the space the Hindu. If that is not going to come, I'll give you a blank check right now. Punjab National Bank, blank check. Okay. Every question has come from Hindu newspaper itself. So the answer is saline lakes. Saline lakes. Okay. Consider the following rivers. This is something interesting. Every time we read Indus, Ganga, Brahmaputra, we read Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, Kaveri. We read Narmada, Tapti. If we want, we read Mahi, Sabarmati. But we will leave all these rivers, Brahmani, Nagavalli, Vamshadhara, clear, and Subarnarekha rivers, which we have covered extensively while we were understanding about the east flowing rivers. Brahmani river originates from Odisha, nothing to do with Eastern Ghats. He have asked a question like which of the above rise from the Eastern Ghats location. So the answer for this particular option is Brahmani originates from Odisha, Jharkhand location, in between that. Subarnarekha near to the Chota Nagpur plateau from the radial drainage pattern. 1 and 3 is eliminated. Nagavalli and Vamshadhara originates from Eastern Ghats, and they are the regional local rivers for the state of Andhra Pradesh, which are very, very important. Nagavalli and Vamshadhara rivers, they flow along the Srikakulam district and the Visakhapatnam district. Actually, there was a conflict between these two rivers. The merging of two rivers had a conflict, and the AP CM and the Odisha CM had a meeting last year in 2020 before the COVID. So since then, this particular Nagavalli Vamshadhara rivers were in news. If you want, just type Vamshadhara Nagavalli river space the Hindu. If there is not there, again I'll give the second blank check right now. Clear? You can write up to 10 lakhs. Account में उतना ही है तो उतना ही लिखो. Clear? So directly type the space Hindu. Okay. So Nagavalli Vamshadhara, they rise from the Eastern Ghats location. This is the right option. Okay. And this is a bit interesting and conflicting also. Generally, whenever we would be reading about the ocean water, in the tropical zones, the western margins of the oceans or eastern margins of the continents, they are a bit warmer because of presence of warm oceanic current. But here, in that he is giving in the regarding of the basis of winds. If you see, in tropical zone, the western sections of the ocean are warmer. Yes, they are warmer for sure. They are warmer for sure than the eastern sections, owing to the influence of trade winds. Clear? So, according to my sense of knowledge, there is nothing to do with trade winds. Trade winds might be onshore and offshore, but on the basis of warmness, they doesn't have any consideration. Trade winds, they doesn't have any consideration with the basis of warmness. Clear? So, option 1 is false, and in the temperate zone, westerlies make the eastern sections of ocean water warmer than the western sections. This is also false, and most people think that both 1 and 2 becomes the option, but according to my guess of knowledge, D, neither 1 nor 2 becomes the right option for this particular question. So mark it as D, neither 1 nor 2, which is the right option for this particular question. Okay, so these are some questions, direct questions from geography, and apart from that, we also have some questions from environment and agriculture. We will see within next 2 to 3 minutes. Clear? So we will try to see the key of the environment and agriculture within a continuous spirit. Clear? Thank you.